These poems are about dying and not dying. You'd think we'd be used to it by now. Dying, that is. Each time, at first, it seems a little different, depending on the loneliness or love from which we push off, how sturdy the boat, how flat the sea, the style of departure, and the time it takes to make the leap, to surrender our suffering. How quickly we slip away, still red from birth, or old and ashy on the porch, still cold and rocking. Can't let go of living, just used to it by now, you know. Or a cold, wet wind that rots us on the battlefield, or at a loss for words, headless from the royal axe, or cloaked in the darkening shadow of despair in a suicidal corner. The outbreath, longer than in, dead long before death takes us. How many breaths are we promised? Are they predetermined, like the number of eggs already present in that hatchling girl child's tiny ovaries? You would think we'd be used to it by now, but dying is one of those things it takes a while to get used to, and then you find it's more frightening to take birth. And that's not a joke. Or if it is, the joke's on us. Sitting quietly in the cemetery, waiting for nothing, the blanket of her knowing is about her. And the quiet is enough. The silence draws her into the earth where deep all tears repose. Seas greater than the Indian Ocean, Buddha said, wept for all those we have lost. She cries for love. The mirror of her heart is broken, her blood a purple dow beneath the skin, her lungs an ocean of birth and death. Tears held back too long flow down the cord from mother to child. She weeps now so her daughters might be free. Years later, as her life force disengaged from the body, her memories gathered in her heart. Dissolving into the ocean of being, she found a reflecting pool as clear as she had ever known. Not disappointed by the absence of angels, she died more quietly than expected, and less dead for all than even God had promised. Tilting her head slightly to one side, she saw paradise in the space between thoughts. There's a sadness that once it enters our young lives, never really departs. A dead bird, a lost friend, or mother crying. The darkness in the body casts shadows beneath the stairs where we learn to pray all by ourselves. Sorrow, unattended, accumulates like a stalactite in the interior of each thought and feeling. In the darkness, the ancestors remind us we are still breathing.